You ever look up at that big glowing rock in the sky and think you could just jump up and touch it? I know you have because you are wildly overconfident in your athletic abilities. The sad truth is that humans are pretty terrible at jumping. Even the best athletes in the world can only get a few feet off the ground before gravity pulls them back down like a magnet. Gravity is that annoying friend who never lets you leave the party early. But the moon is really far away. We are talking about 238,900 miles of empty space. You could fit all the other planets in our solar system right between us and the moon with room to spare. So if you want to jump that far, you are going to need to do some serious math, or just squat really low and hope for the best. To leave Earth without a rocket, you need to hit something called escape velocity. That means you need to be moving faster than a speeding bullet. A lot faster, actually. You need to launch yourself off the ground at roughly 25,000 miles per hour. Let us pretend for a second that your legs are magically strong enough to push that hard. You bend your knees and push down with the force of a nuclear bomb. The first thing that happens is you completely destroy the ground you are standing on. The shockwave from your super jump would flatten your entire neighborhood. But you do not care about your neighbors because you are going to space. Well, you would go to space if your legs did not immediately snap into a million pieces. Pushing that much speed into human bones in a fraction of a second would turn your skeleton into soup. So now you are just a flying torso moving at Mach 33. But the air around you is not empty. Down here on Earth, the air is thick and heavy. Moving through thick air at 25,000 miles per hour causes a tiny little problem called extreme friction. The air in front of you compresses so fast that it heats up to thousands of degrees. You would not even look like a person anymore. You would look like the brightest shooting star anyone has ever seen. If any part of you survives this fiery blast, you will finally pop out of the upper atmosphere. Congratulations, you made it to space. I hope you packed a jacket because it is freezing up here. You also cannot breathe, so you have about 2 minutes before you pass out. But you are dead anyway, so let us just focus on the journey. Traveling at that speed, it will take you about 10 hours to reach the moon. It is a long, quiet trip, and there is no in-flight movie. You also have to dodge all the junk we left up there. Even a tiny screw hitting you at that speed would punch a hole right through you. But let us say you have amazing luck and make it all the way across the gap. You are getting closer to the big cheese. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you something important. The moon is not just sitting there waiting for you. It orbits the Earth at over 2,000 miles per hour. If you just jumped straight up at where the moon was, you would miss it by thousands of miles. You would just keep flying into deep space forever. You have to aim ahead of the moon like a quarterback throwing a football. Let us rewind and say you did the math perfectly before you jumped. You are right on track, and the moon is filling up your whole view. But now you have another huge problem. You have no brakes. You are still moving incredibly fast because there is no air in space to slow you down. You hit the surface of the moon with the force of a small asteroid. You literally make a new crater on the moon. Any aliens living up there would be very confused. So maybe trying to jump to the moon is a bad idea. But what if you had a magic suit that kept you safe from the fire and the crashing? You still have the problem that humans simply cannot generate that much energy. Your leg muscles would need to be the size of mountains. You would have to eat millions of calories just to have the energy for one jump. And a trampoline will not help you either. You would just rip right through the fabric and hit the dirt. This is exactly why we use giant metal tubes filled with explosive liquid to get to space. Rockets do all the hard work, slowly pushing us up so we do not turn to soup. They also have the decency to slow down before they park on the moon. So next time you look up at the night sky, just enjoy the view. Leave the jumping to the frogs.